got me 110% ready. He's brought some big, strong sparring partners in. Yeah.
Do you think you can impose yourself on Lennox Clarke? He's a big, strong guy. You've said it plenty of times. You up at super middleweight, you tend to hurt people, you tend to knock them out. Do you think you can hurt and impose yourself on Lennox Clarke?
Definitely, if I land, and when I do land, I'll definitely hurt him, yeah.
Lennox, you said about Willie Hutchinson, you said you took his best shots and you broke his heart in that fight. Do you think you can break Mark Heffron's heart on Saturday?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, after he's lost to Denzel Bentley, he hasn't boxed anyone. You're touching down there on Joe Gallagher. He's had more coaches than anyone in boxing, so there's going to be no gain there, you know. And listen, I'm just hungry. Anyone at our division, our weights can punch, so we've all been working on our defences. So it's going to be a good fight, and I'm well excited and glad to be a part of it.
We sent a camera up to your gym a couple of weeks ago, and you said that you won't have to go looking for Mark Heffron. You said he'll be walking onto some big shots and you'll get him out of there. Do you stand by that?
Yeah, obviously if I hit anyone clean on the chin, then they're going. And, you know, so at some point in that fight, I am going to land on Mark, you know. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. And as I said, it's going to be a fan-friendly fight. Everyone's going to enjoy it.
What's the key to you winning this fight?
Listen, no one wants it more than me when I get in that ring. From round 1 to round 12, I'm hungry, I'm starving, and I'm going to be coming. So, yeah, I think that's going to be the difference.
Mark, what's the key to you winning this fight?
I'm fully prepared for 12 rounds. If it goes 12 rounds, yeah, so I'm ready for 12, a good solid 12, but if the knockout comes, the knockout comes.
And if that knockout does come and you finally win the British title, get the Commonwealth with it, get the IBF Intercontinental as well, how much does that mean to Mark Heffron?
It means the absolute world to me.
You've not had an easy year, you've gone through quite a lot as well,
Yeah.
So it feels like it would be a big moment in your life and your career.
Yeah, I lost my mum this year, like, I know mum's really looking down on me, and I'm going to get the win for her.
All right, well, look, Lennox Clarke is here, Mark Heffron is here. I want you to just look across the table to Lennox. Lennox, please lean forward. Anything you want to say to him before Saturday night?
No, nothing.
Anything you want to say, Lennox?
We said what we've got to say, so we'll leave it down to Saturday now.
All right, an absolute cracker. I think it's going to be a very violent affair on Saturday night. Lennox Clarke defending his British and Commonwealth super middleweight titles against Mark Heffron, IBF Intercontinental title on the line as well. An absolute cracker. And now let's talk about the main event. Hamza Shiraz, young boxer of the year, 15-0, taking on Francisco Torres, the man here to my left. Francisco, let's speak with you first. How are you feeling heading into this fight? And we've got a translator over there as well who's going to join in.
La verdad que estoy muy contento y me siento realmente bien para mañana, para el día de la pelea, y realmente esto es algo especial para mí.
I'm very happy for being here, and I really prepare for this fight.
Hamza has knocked out his last 9 opponents in a row. What made you say yes to this fight with Hamza Shiraz?
A ver, esto es un reto, yo soy boxeador, este es mi trabajo y realmente me gusta hacer lo que hago. Me ofrecieron este reto que para mí es importante y por supuesto que acepté el desafío.
I'm a boxer, this is my job, and I love what I do, so that's why I accepted the fight.
What sort of boxer are you? For anyone here that hasn't seen you box before, what can you tell us about your style?
Yo me considero que soy un boxeador, quizás a mucha gente no le puede gustar, pero yo soy un boxeador como corresponde. Mi estilo es justamente lo que dicen los libros en cuanto a cómo se tiene que defender y cómo tiene que atacar.
My boxing style is as book says, in how to defend and how to attack.
Is that all he said?
That was it.
Okay. It's kind of, something about defending and attacking, which is obviously very, very good. Tell us about this draw with Jose Benavidez. Do you feel as though you won that fight?
Sí, o sea, cuando vi la pelea dije, merecía ganar yo, pero bueno, los jueces vieron empate y eso es algo del pasado. Ahora viene algo nuevo.
Yes, I'm convinced that I won that fight. The judges saw a draw, but so we have to advance for something new.
And finally, Francisco, what do you think of Hamza Shiraz?
Nada, es un boxeador realmente bueno, por eso estoy bastante contento de enfrentarme a él. Yo creo que un boxeador sigue aprendiendo siempre y justamente como aprende con desafíos como este. Realmente es muy buen boxeador y estoy muy contento de poder competir con él.
I think he said he's going to knock you out. I don't know. Go on. What did he actually say? Did he say that? Did he? Can we pretend? Go on. What did he say? Yeah.
He's a very good fighter. I am very happy for having him as an opponent. So I'm very happy for being here.
Okay, fantastic. Well, let's speak to Mr. Hamza Shiraz. It's welcome back. This is your first fight as Young Boxer of the Year. How are you feeling heading into it?
Yeah, first and foremost, I'd like to thank the Almighty Allah. I'd like to thank Frank Warren. I'd like to thank my team for allowing me to be here today, allowing me to headline. And yeah, going back to what you're saying, Dev, feeling great. Camp's been great. I'm in good spirits. Finally at 160. Second fight at it, and we've got a good opponent in front of us, and we're ready to go.
It is a good opponent, isn't it? I mean, we're looking at him. We had a little joke earlier. I said, it looks a bit like Bradley Skeet. I mean, I don't know, you can decide for yourselves, but Bradley Skeet gave you a few problems back in December, right? Obviously, you knocked him out, you got him out of there in the end, but he asked you a few questions, and you didn't get to answer those questions because you didn't really get the rematch with him. Is this your opportunity to show that you have learnt since that fight?
Yes and no, to be honest with you. Yes, in terms of it answers the public and everyone who saw that fight, but me, Ricky and my team, after the Skeet fight, we went back in the gym, worked on the basics, got back in the Jez Smith fight and made it happen quite easy, to be honest with you. But yeah, listen, that's all past me now. I got, obviously, Francisco in front of me on Saturday night, and yeah, in terms of that, it is what it is, and we prepared, and like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting in there with someone who is going to ask me a few questions, going to test me in certain ways, but like I said, nothing we're not prepared for.
Is that what you're expecting then? Because at the end of his fight with Benavidez, I watched their post-fight interviews, and Benavidez said this guy was running all night, and all the commentators were just saying, no, he was boxing. Are you expecting him to be tricky, awkward, make you really think in there?
Yeah, to be honest, he can do whatever he wants. He can come forward, he can box on the back foot, he can do whatever really. He can fly for all I care, do you know what I mean? But yeah, listen, me and Ricky and the team and Taz and everyone, we prepared, and to the best of my ability as well. I've done everything in my power to make sure Saturday night I put on a performance, not just for myself, but for everyone as well, and especially I think headlining for the first time, I've definitely got to, do you know what I mean, I've got to come and give a show.
Well, you are on a streak, 9 knockouts in a row. It's I think there's only a couple who are doing that. Sam Noakes has got plenty as well. Fabio Wardley's doing the same sort of thing. Could you make it 10 Saturday night? Is that the plan?
I mean, yeah, it's a competition between us, isn't it? It's a little. I saw it on Twitter not long ago. It is a competition between us, and yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully doing that. But listen, I'm not going to go looking for it because I think the last time I went looking for it in like my second or third fight, it never come, and I ended up winning that fight by like 1 round or something like that. So yeah, I learned my lesson a long time ago.
Frank, tell us about Hamza here. He's he's 23 years old, 15-0. It feels like to me, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it feels like he's now stepping from prospect to contender. What do you think?
Well, excuse me, I think the boxing writers themselves said what he was, best young boxer of the year, and that has prospect written all over it. He's now, I think, moving on. This is the step now where he moves on from being a prospect to moving to another level. I mean, in Francisco, he's got a tough Argentinian. I mean, all Argentinian fighters are tough guys. They come to fight, and I think it's going to be a real good yardstick to see how far he's come in his career. For me, he's done everything absolutely right. 15-0. He's I think he's a credit to boxing and the sport. He's very well spoken. As a professional, he's a consummate professional. Him and his team, you know, Ricky, great. You know, he's a great trainer for him. He's really worked well with him, and Cam, his father, and Taz. They've done a fabulous job between them all in making sure all his preparations are spot on. And you know, he invests in himself. His purses that he gets, he invests in his future, you know, in his career. And I genuinely feel he's one of the best young prospects in the country. And I'm hoping after this weekend they look at him and say, there's a guy that we all feel can win a world title. And I do believe he's capable of doing it. But you know, he's going to have his hands full on Saturday. He's going to have his hands full. But I think he can do it. And he's not a bad-looking fella. He looks the part, doesn't he? He's the old clobber's good. He gets himself together. He looks the part, as I say. And for me, I think I think he's one of our best young fighters, or certainly one of the best young fighters in this country, if not the world.
Hamza, there's a WBC silver middleweight title on the line. With that comes a ranking. With that means, hey, maybe it's only harder fights from here on in. Do you feel as though this is the fight that sort of puts you quite seriously in the conversation for the next step? I heard you talk about Eubank. Obviously, you're not going to look past Francisco Torres, but it puts you in conversations for fights like that. Yeah,
of course it does. Of course it does. It gives me, a top 6 with the WBC as well, so it gets my name in that mix. But like I said, I don't want to get ahead of myself at the end of the day. I've got Saturday night to get the job done, and then hopefully we can talk more after that.
Well, look, I'm going to just bounce back to Francisco Torres with translator. What's your prediction for Saturday night, Francisco?
Pain.
Oh, yeah.
Pain. No, la predicción es que, bueno, va a ser una gran pelea. Obviamente yo sueño con ganar la pelea. Traje para eso, así que yo voy a decir, siempre voy a creer en mí, así que voy a ganar la pelea.
It's going to be a great fight. I believe myself, and I work for it, so I think I'll be the winner.
Okay, and finally, Hamza Shiraz. Obviously, Francisco believes he will be the winner. Tell us why you believe you will be the winner on Saturday night and pick up that WBC silver middleweight title.
Simply because I'm going to do what Benavidez couldn't do. Just simple as that. I'm going to do what he couldn't do. And like I said, I've been preparing to the best of my ability, and Saturday night I'm looking forward to it.
Perfect. Well, Frank, let's sign this one out. Cracker, Saturday night, summer sizzler.
A summer sizzler. It's going to be hotter inside than it is outside, that's for sure. And I think we're going to get really good fights. This is the best young talent in the country, some of the best young talent. And they've got a great platform to make a statement on, as I said earlier. So go and do the business, boys, and go and sell yourself to the public, because this is how you do it. Go out there and do the business. Good opponents, good fighters. You know, everybody at this table can fight. So we're going to get some good fights.
Including me, maybe?
Well, except for you.
Yeah.
Well, I might have to fight you.
Probably not me. Okay, well, look, the guys that can fight are going to do a face-off very shortly. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on Saturday night. Do not miss this. See you then.
Hamza, how you been?
Very well. You been good?
Yeah, very well, thanks. I'll tell you what, this gym is very, very hot.
Yeah, look, I'm sweating without even doing nothing. No, it's just to stay on top of the weight really, and keep acclimatised to how he was in LA, and we don't really want to change much. So this is how I've been ever since I've been with Ricky. So yeah, it's nothing new.
At this rate, you'll be back down to weight before you know it.
I'll be back down to 147. No, it's good. The weight is really not an issue. I think I'm 4 pounds over 3 days out, which is nothing really. It's been a great camp. It's been a great camp out in LA. We're here now, a couple of days away from fight night, and I'm raring to go.
We've had Eid in the middle of it. How does that affect your preparations?
I think Eid was more the food for me, not being able to eat the curries and everything. But I mean, Ricky, he took care of that side for me. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I've missed many Eids, and boxing's about sacrifices. Like you've probably seen it, it's nothing new. It's what boxers have to go through, and like I said, it's one of the things I've got to do to be great.
And what can you say about your opponent, Francisco Torres?
Awkward, tricky, knows his way around the ring, caused many upsets. I know he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. Definitely my hardest fight to date. But listen, there's nothing I'm not prepared to do, and I'll get the win Saturday night. He's coming off his career best draw. Well, it was a win though, against Benavidez, and he's going to come. His confidence, like, it's going to be through the roof, and he's going to be raring to go. But listen, like I said, camp has been brilliant, and we've covered the style that he's had. If he wants to come forward, fight on the back foot, we've covered all of it, and I'm looking forward to main eventing.
Yeah, and another KO hopefully. I mean, you're on a good streak at the moment.
I am. I'm on I think a nine KO streak. I think it's only me, Sam Noakes, and Fabio Wardley, the only ones in the UK who have got the current streaks at the minute, and we're all in competition. So may the best man win.
And another guy with heavy hands, Denzel Bentley's been mentioned. You're probably sick of talking about it, but British title, that wouldn't be too bad, would it?
Not too bad at all. Not too bad at all. I want to get over Saturday night, I don't want to get ahead of myself, and then hopefully we can see where we go from there.
Well, I'll get ahead of yourself for you. Just one name before we go. Chris Eubank, further down the line. He's the top-ranked middleweight at the moment in this country. Is that a fight you could see having later down the line?
I said after my last fight, within or just over a year, I want to have that fight. He's probably the best middleweight in the UK on paper, and I'd love to share the ring with him. It'd be an honour. But like I said, let me get over Saturday first in flying colours, and then we can talk about other fights.